Hey y'all, Pink Lady here. Welcome back to another episode of Bet on Yourself, Sis. Today's episode is with Brittney Lee, and I hope you are ready for a good one because this conversation is so fire, y'all. Brittney is a fitness coach and yoga teacher, and she is one of my favorite people to have these type of professional conversations with. In this conversation, we talk about finding balance in entrepreneurship, the importance of self care and recharging. We talk about starting small when thinking about your health journey. We talk about the role of affirmations and how she uses them in her business and in wellness in general. We talk about the freedom of entrepreneurship. We talk about building boundaries and being both firm and fair, the importance of integrity in business, and Brittney gives some amazing advice for Black women entrepreneurs. The conversation kept coming back to being intentional, especially being intentional about what you consume. So that's like what you listen to, what you watch, what you eat, the soap you use, the lotion you use, all of that type of stuff. I always enjoy having conversation with Britt, and I know you will enjoy this one. Bet on yourself, sis. Bet on yourself, sis. You've got the goal. Confidence and stuff. Let your power show. Brittney Lee, hello, 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 and welcome to the podcast. I'm so excited to talk to you today. How are you?
I am amazing, Jasmine. How you feeling?
I'm doing good, girl. Yes, I'm excited to be here.
Me too. Me too. Yes. Thank you
Thank
for having me again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here with me. So, Brittney said again, because this is the second time we're here recording, I will definitely share her last episode where we talked all about yoga and why Black women should do yoga. That was a really great conversation because I remember we talked about your daughter and how yoga found you and how you stepped your whole game up because of your daughter, and it was an amazing conversation. So go ahead, y'all, go listen to that because it was really, really great, and I know you'll get some gems out of that. This conversation is going to be all about entrepreneurship. So I'm super excited to get your perspective on that. Let's just dive right in. We won't keep the people waiting.
Yes.
Please, Britt, tell the people who you are and what you do.
Yes, my name is Brittany Lee. I am a fitness coach and a yoga teacher. And that's what I do all day, every day. I teach yoga. I do personal training with private clients, and I love it. I absolutely 100% love it. Health is wealth. We got to take care of ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. Let's go.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm already gonna, you probably already know where I'm going next. Please tell people why our health, I mean, mental health too, but like our physical health specifically, why it's so important, and especially for Black women entrepreneurs.
Well, taking care of yourself is just so important. You feel good. And for me is more about our health, right? And like you said, mental health, but the physical health as well. We can add years to our life by just doing a 30-minute mindful workout, exercise, whatever that may look like for you. And it could be different things: basketball, baseball, tennis, soccer, walking, treadmill, gym. So whatever it is that you're into, whatever it is that you like, you could take 30 minutes out of your day and just apply it to your life. You'll feel so much better. You'll think clearer, in my opinion. That's happens to me. And you feel good in the body. You take care of your body will take care of you. I guarantee that. So
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's so important. I know a lot of women are dealing with different types of health challenges, and I have been able to successfully help women see results in their health. So every last one of our clients that I have been able to work with, specifically private, right? Their health has been their priority, my priority, and they have seen the results, whether it's been 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever. They see results in their health. So I am here to motivate women all over the world to feel good about themselves and their body, and to love on themselves in the physical realm, you know what I mean, and take
Yeah.
care of yourself. So this is what I do, and I think it's important for entrepreneurs, women specifically, because you're gonna stay on top of your game. You're not gonna let nobody play with you, or you're not going to let anybody discourage you. You're on top of your game. You own your stuff. You know who you are. And so that's very important, to have that healthy relationship with yourself via fitness and yoga. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love what you said. I really like what you said about kind of like uh personalizing it for you, like pretty much what somebody else is doing to take care of their body is not what you need to do to take care of your body, right? Because we're all different. We all have different needs, we all have different goals, right? And in your practice, I know you specifically personalize it for your clients, which I think is amazing. Because we're all here out here trying these one size fits all things, and they don't fit us, right? It's a lie. One size never fits all. So can you talk a little bit more about how you personalize for your clients and why that is important for you and for your clients?
Absolutely. One thing, it keeps your clients engaged.
Mm,
If you're doing something that they don't like, they may not be 100% familiar with, they're not going to probably grasp it,
yeah.
and then most of my clients are women that are over the age of 40. My private clients, they're over the age of 40, so they're kind of sort of stuck in their ways, right? So I have to figure out what is it that they like, what is it that they enjoy doing. That's what we do in the consultation. We really dive deep about, you know if you have children, if you're married and you're, whatever, all of the things, right? I have to figure out how we can get results for you in the time frame that you have. You may only have 30 minutes a day. You may not have 60 minutes, right? You may not like going to the gym. I like going to the gym. I like working out in the gym, but some people like working out at home. So I offer in person, I offer virtual. I also have a new app where we also offer online fitness training, so you can follow along with us and practice, wherever you want to be. So at home, in the gym, wherever it is that you at, we have something specifically for you. And I just think it's so important for people to love what it is that they're doing, because if you don't love what you're doing, you're not going to grasp what's happening, and then you won't see the results. And then another thing I always like to do in every yoga class and with every client is say positive and healthy affirmations, right?
Mm, yeah.
Every single time, because we're erasing that doubt, and we are saying that we're magnificent and our body loves us and all of the things. So, and our clients love it. Our yoga students, they love the affirmations and they love it being personalized. And yeah, so I just love to be able to dive deep with my clients and make sure that they're happy in training with me. I don't know
Yeah.
about nobody else, but customer service is big. And if you're happy, you're going to keep coming back, and you're going to keep
Absolutely.
spending some money. So that's is really big for me, to just make sure my clients are taken care of, they're satisfied, and they're happy with the results that they see.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so important to love what you do, right? Because if you don't love it, you're not going to put your all into it. You're going to get bored with it. You're going to get tired of it. And don't get me wrong, because sometimes loving what you do, you get tired of those things too, right? Right? But
Absolutely.
especially if you don't love it, it's not going to last, right? So I
Mm-mm.
love that you personalize it for your clients so that they can love all of it, right? They can really be into it and know that it's for them and see the progress and see how they're getting better along the way. I
Absolutely.
really love
Absolutely.
it. Yeah. Talk
Yeah.
more about your app because this is new. I haven't heard about your app yet. And I'm so excited for you.
Yes, thank you. It started December. The thing for me was wanted to be able to reach women all over the world,
Yeah.
regardless of where you at. I'm in Moody, Alabama. Everybody doesn't have access to Moody, and it came along because I teach yoga online on Insight Timer, and we have people all over the world that join the classes, and some people like, well, how can we get into fitness? I don't teach fitness on Insight Timer. I only
Mm,
teach yoga on Insight Timer. And I'm like, okay, let me go do some research. Let me see. I did that, and I was able to find an app that personalizes
so cool.
workouts for the clients. So that was really big for me, and just to be able to reach women all over the globe. We offer different types of programs. So you can do specific body parts like back and biceps. If you really want to get that upper body and that back nice and sexy, and looking good and svelte and looking good in your dresses. We have a program for that. We have a program for your glutes. If you're trying to shape your glutes naturally, we got something for you there. Your abs, a lot of women, we want to, just make sure our tummy is nice and small and flat or whatever. So we have a program for that. And then I also do offer a virtual fitness experience where you can work out with me on the app, like how we're talking now, like it's like that. So we are able to do that as well. And then you have your online programs where you can work out by yourself. On the app, we also offer meal plans and meal ideas and recipes. So I can, like, everybody may not want a meal plan. So I can say, well, here goes some recipes, or here goes some meal plan ideas that you can tap into, and we find out what they like to eat in the consultation and things of that nature to make sure we're in alignment with what they're doing. And then we offer our meal plans per your blood type, because that's really, really important to eat per your blood type. You'll be healthier and feel better in the body. So I'm just grateful to be in this space to offer all of the different things. I love my app. We've had about 30 women to sign up for individual programs, and they just buy it. And what it is you can buy the program and you have it forever. So we have a $65 program. We have for every budget. Let me say that, for everybody's budget, wherever you may be, we have something for you. So there's no excuses, beloved. There's no reason why you cannot get up and do something healthy for your body. So, yeah, I love that I was able to invest in myself in that manner to be able to assist other women in the world. So that's a big entrepreneur step for me.
Yes,
to
congrats.
and I'm just glad that I can do this. Now we offer yoga on the app as well, but we've had more success with the fitness part because I do offer yoga on Insight Timer as a donation based space. So most people go there for that and they'll come to the app for the fitness. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's like a whole holistic experience. That word didn't come to me yet. I don't know what I was gonna say, but I was like whole, and I was searching, but holistic came. That is exactly the word that I'm looking for, because it's body, right? You're focusing on your body, but a lot of the times when we think about focusing on our body, we only think about working out or like doing asanas, right? We don't think about what we consume a lot of the times. And that is so important. Like you said, it's even important to eat for your blood type. Like that, I just learned something. I don't even know my blood type, right? Like that's, maybe I should look into that and figure that out, right? But
Yes.
it's a great point that I've never been exposed to before. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you for sharing all that. I really love, it's a full holistic experience. We're not just working
Yes.
on the body, right? Or not just working
Right.
on like the physical of the body. We're working on what you consume too.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
You're
Thank you.
very welcome. So let's get into the entrepreneurship talk. Tell me a little bit about your entrepreneurship journey, how you started, to where you are now, and what that looked like, how you felt. What were some of these things going through your mind? Talk all about it.
Yeah, it was, let me use the right words, because your words are powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to think it was a leap of faith. Um, I just wanted to encourage, like, I just felt like we were just dying so young,
Mm,
and for health reasons that could have been prevented.
mm,
And how can we prevent that? Moving the body, being a yoga teacher trained and really learning that yoga is a science, number one. So I just felt the need to make sure, our community, specifically the Black community, no shade to, but specific, because we were the people that I saw that were just leaving the earth for literally high blood pressure. Like, what? You can control that if you just go walking for 30
mm-hmm.
minutes. You don't have to be on the medication, or some of us. So anyways, that's how it kind of started. I was like, okay, boom, I'm just going to get into it. I started off training women like that I work with. I didn't even have a certification. I didn't have anything, but I was like, let me just see if I can do it. And I just, it was based in Atlanta. I started off in Atlanta. And I'm gonna tell you, I was thriving. I had 4 or 5 clients. I had women come up to me in the gym. Like, are you a personal trainer? Like, you look good, you know? So I'm like, okay, yes, let's go, let's go. And the main challenge I think for me is just pricing.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And understanding the market and where you're at in the market. So for example, in Atlanta, we can charge a little bit more in Atlanta for personal trainer. I pay $600 a month for a personal trainer, right? So but being here in Birmingham, Alabama, where it's not a fitness driven, community, I have to come down on my prices a little bit. That's just what it is. So that's the reality of it for me. Um, Juggling having children and working a full-time job and being able to do this, I really kind of manifested this because I remember when I started working, I had told when I did the interview, and I told my the manager that I was like, listen, I have a fitness business. I need to be able to get to my clients. And you want to know what this lady told me? She said, you can split your shift. That's no problem. I'm like,
Yes.
okay, so now this is what I know. This is what I'm supposed to be doing,
Okay.
right? Like, this is how I know God is in control of what's going on.
Yes.
So I was like, so that was like a challenge for me at first because I didn't know how I was going to be able to do my business and work a full-time job as well. So that was one challenge that we got over, that hurdle. And
Yeah.
then relocating from Atlanta to Alabama, I had to redo all of my documents. I'm not in Atlanta anymore, in Georgia anymore. So everything had to be transferred over to, so that process could be so tedious,
Yeah.
very tedious and tiring and all of the things. But we got it done. And I have two clients here in Alabama, and they come faithfully every week, and we're grateful for all of the things. And the challenges that I still have, I guess, would just be just getting paid. Just getting paid for my services and the value and everything that I offer. And I know what I offer, and I do guarantee results. Like, that's just what it is. I don't go back and forth with nobody about that. We guarantee results. Every last one of our clients have been able to see results in their health. And so I'm grateful for that aspect of being an entrepreneur. We still have a ways to go. But I'm just grateful that I've been able to stay grounded in
Mm.
being a fitness coach, and I'm gonna say a wellness coach, right?
Yeah.
Just being in that space of wellness, and I love it, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Does it get tiring sometimes? Absolutely, but that's when you have to recharge yourself and take time for yourself. So, for example,
Yes.
I am teaching yoga twice a week at Talladega Library, and I just realized I'm burnt out. I'm driving 45 minutes on Thursdays and Saturdays. Um, the compensation is really not where it needs to be. And so I had to make an executive decision and say, okay, for moving forward for the month of May, we only going to have one class a month, the third Saturday in each month. That's all we're going to do right now. Because I have to take care of my family. I have to take care of myself. I have to take care of my car, right? I have to take care of all of the things. And so we're going to just scale it back. And that was just a entrepreneur decision that I really had to make. And I talked it over with my partner, and he was like, yeah, you should just maybe just do once a month. And if the people are willing to compensate you, then you can drive out there. It's a 45-minute drive. You put in $30 in your car just to make it there. And sometimes you don't get any donations. So I love being for my community and standing for my community. It makes it so much easier for me to do what I like to, do what I love to do. But I know I'm worthy and deserving. I know the value that I hold. I know the training that I received. Shout out to the Black Yogi Tribe, right? I
Yes.
understand the value of the training and all of the things. So it just has to align. And sometimes you have to make those difficult decisions and say, hey, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. However, this is where I'm at in my life in this space right now, and stand 10 toes down on it, right? So
Yes.
that was a challenge for me because I felt like I was disappointing the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they love the practice they want, but I say, you know what, we do insight timer, so we have an alternative, right? Be able to offer them that alternative. And so yeah, I'm grateful for that space to be in and to be able to make these decisions, even though it's not the easiest at times.
Absolutely. You brought up a lot of great points. First, I want to talk about the last thing you brought up about feeling like you're disappointing your community, right? Because I know a lot of us go through that when we, especially when we have to like raise our prices or make a decision that is for us. And it's hard to like be like, this is for me, right? Like, this is what I need to do for me, when we're so used to being of service, right? We started the
Mm-hmm.
business so that we could be of service. So that is, it's
Absolutely.
not easy at all. It can be so hard sometimes. Do you want to talk more about like how you were able to make that decision? Because I'm like, I'm so glad you brought that up, and I'm so grateful for you for being vulnerable in this moment, because that is something that a lot of us don't talk about, right? Like, I wasn't really making the money that I need to make here, so I have to pivot, I have to change, I have to do something, right? Because it's not about you. I still want to be of service to you, and I still will be of service to you in these other ways that I can.
Mm-hmm.
But right now it's about me, right? I can't
Mm-hmm.
continue doing this if I'm burnt out, if I'm tired, if I'm not feeling it, right? Like, I have to be in a good mindset as well. So this is so important. I'm happy that you made a decision that you're happy with, right? Like, I
Yes.
love that you were able to do that. So can you talk more about like the mindset of that?
Well, yeah, I've been here since 2021. I offered yoga to the community. My family's from Talladega, so it was definitely wanting to be in a mindset of just sharing the information that I had
Yeah.
with everybody. And we've done that. That was the goal. We've done that. People come out. We've have, all types of people to come and practice yoga with us, and super grateful for it. But yeah, I mean, you basically hit the head on the nail. I was feeling burnt out. The driving piece of it is a lot. 45
Mhm.
minutes one way, 45 minutes back. I'm looking at the time, just looking at my time and how much, looking at Insight Timer too, right? Like, I make $200 donations for an hour class on Insight Timer.
Mhm.
Okay. And I go in person,
Absolutely.
and I'm at home. I'm in the comfort of my own home. I don't have to look at nobody really. I'm just teaching a class. And
Yeah.
so that's what made it make sense to me. Like, oh, I can make $100 to $200 sitting at home, and I don't have to drive anywhere. I don't have to put no gas in my car. Um,
Yeah.
so that, but I have communicated, and I've been communicating with the yogis in Talladega, and been letting them know, like, hey, this is what we're going to be doing, and this is what's going on. But I just looked at the time, and all of the resources that I was receiving, and all the resources that I wasn't receiving, right? And so everything has to make sense to me financially. And if it's not making any sense to me, I don't want to just be doing stuff just to be doing it, like just for the sake of putting it on the internet, or just for the
Yes.
sake of saying, oh, I did this. No, it has to be in alignment financially, with my family, with myself. And when it starts getting out of alignment, then yeah, we have to, like you said, pivot and redirect, and still be in a space of serving the community, but just from a different perspective, just from an online perspective. So, and then I have a group on Facebook with the community of Talladega, and I also offer to teach online. So I hop online there sometimes and teach online, and they can always go back and practice with me online there as well. So that's what made
Yeah.
stuff just had to be in alignment. That's it.
Absolutely. You said it had to make sense to you. Absolutely. It has to be like purposeful, right? It There has to be a purpose behind it, the intention, right? Like, all of that has to be in alignment. I just love how you said that. Because again, it's not easy, right? But I think it's so important to put yourself in a position where like you can do those free, or things where you're making less money, or where you're offering it to certain groups because you know that they can't afford it, or don't have the means or whatever. But you got to make money in order to do that. Right?
Amen.
You got to make money in order to have those free offers. So I'm just, I thank you for telling that story, and for
Yes.
being vulnerable, because I think we need to hear that more. Right? Like, that is okay. We don't have to feel shame or guilt behind those type of things because we're doing what's better for us, right? Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
no, 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 no. We have to come first. Like, not unfortunately. If you think
No,
it's
it's not
unfortunate,
unfortunate.
right? It's not unfortunate at all. We got to come first, right?
Amen.
So, in order to be of service, we have to, our cup got to be full in order to pour out, right? Or it got to be at least something in it in order to pour out, right? So,
That part. That part.
absolutely. I love
That
what
part.
you said. Um You also said something about having to like recharge. Sometimes we're in our business, we're in our things that we're doing a lot, right? And it's okay to take those breaks, right? Like it's more than okay. It's so necessary to take those breaks, to take that time for yourself so that you can recharge, so that you can be in a great mindset and, do all these things and be of service for the community. Do you want to talk a little bit about why recharging is important and maybe how you recharge?
Yeah, I will. Like I was teaching on Insight Timer Monday, Tuesday. I was just teaching almost every day, and I'm like, you know what? I need a break from always giving instruction.
Mm.
Um, I need to be able to, I have a family, right? So sometimes my kids will tell me, I feel like you like yoga and you do
Mm.
yoga more than spend time with us. And that's just a real thing, right? Like, yeah,
Mm.
I'm up in the morning teaching, at night teaching, and like, shh, be quiet, don't say nothing, go to your room, close your door, right? So I heard my children and I listened to them very intentionally. So just being a mom, that's like the number one thing that I have to really kind of sort of do, is like just be in tune with my kids and listen to them. And then I have to recharge, and because I'll get burnt out. I have been burnt out before,
Mm.
and then my attitude wasn't the best, right? Because I am burnt out, my cup isn't filled. So how I recharge is I relax. I
Yeah.
literally relax. I'll get into some restorative yoga, put my legs up the wall, and just relax 10-20 minutes out the day. Sometimes I'll dance, and listen to some music, and just get back into me, right? Sometimes I meditate, right? It just depends on what I'm feeling that particular day, but I do take my breaks. I do take weeks off if I have to, and I don't make any apologies about it anymore. Before, I used to be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry." But I'm not, because if I'm not okay, then y'all not going to be okay. And then energy reads energy. You can tell if
Mhm.
something's going on with me and if I'm in a good space or if I'm not. And I never want to teach from a space where I'm not feeling well, mentally, physically, or
Yeah.
spiritually. Like if I'm not feeling good, if I don't want to say sick, but if I'm experiencing any health challenges or whatever, yeah, we're not gonna have class, because I'm not the type of person that's gonna show up when I don't feel well. I don't do that at work.
Hello.
If I don't feel well, I just don't feel well. I can't give you 100% if I don't have 100% to give. So I think it's important to recharge, and I think people, your audience or your participants or your clients, appreciates you when you're say, hey, I'm gonna take a step back for a week or two or whatever. Especially if it's donation based, especially if you didn't sign a contract, you know what I mean, and
Mhm.
you're not getting compensated financially for it. It's okay to take a break and to recharge, and I'm grateful for it, right? And I'm grateful that I got to this space, because 2 years ago I wasn't there, but now I'm here. And
Yep.
so let's get into it.
Hello, hello. I can relate to that so much. I remember I used to wait until I'm burnt out, right? And the way I burn out is I get sick. I get sick. I'm tired. I don't want to move. I deal with depression. So like, and it's so hard to get myself out of that, right? I don't want to allow myself to get there anymore because it's so hard. I have to do so much more work to get myself out of that. So I had to learn too, right? Like, no, I'm gonna take a day off and I'm gonna do nothing. Like literally, like not even clean my house. Like I used to take days off from work, and I would I have a part-time job right now, right? So I would take days off from my part-time job and I would work, or I would take days off and I would clean, right? Or I would, I would still be doing something. So it's like,
Something.
what am I taking the day off for, to do the same thing, to do something different, but I'm still like working, I'm not relaxing, I'm not enjoying it. I'm just doing, right?
Right,
So
right.
absolutely, like now I will take a day off and I will sit and binge watch a show. I might read all day. I might go outside, and like I will just find other things to do to refresh myself because it's so needed. It's just It's so needed. And I love what you said, like that wasn't 2 years ago, but you've learned, right? Like, I'm not gonna feel bad for it anymore. I'm not gonna apologize for it anymore. It is what it is. And if you don't like it, then you can absolutely find somebody else. My clients, they be like, "Oh, you taking a week off? Good." Like, they're so excited for me when I tell them I'm going on vacation. They're like, "Finally, like you work a lot," you know? And that's how I know those are my people. Those are the people I'm meant to be working with, because they know how much it takes and they're pushing me to take breaks, right? And it's
Absolutely.
the same with them. When I my client is like, "Oh, we got to cancel this meeting because I'm taking a vacation." I'm like, "Good for you," because I know it's hard.
I encourage my clients that we, work out in the morning. I said, when you going on vacation?
Yes.
When you gonna go get a massage?
Yes.
When you gonna do something for yourself besides
Mhm.
coming to the gym and working out with me? When you gonna do something relaxing for yourself?
Mhm.
I said, you need to go to vacation. You need to go come get out of Alabama. And she was like, you're the only person that tells me that. I'm like, yeah, because I already know you are like a workaholic. So I already know. I can feel like we're alike, right? But we do have
Mhm.
to have those reminders. So I remind her, and she is grateful for it. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
get you some rest. Make sure you rest up this weekend. Go get you. I said, when you gonna get a massage? I booked it. I said, okay, now.
Good, good. So like taking a break or taking time to relax, right? It's can be extra difficult when you're an entrepreneur or when you're in a job that you really enjoy, you love what you're doing. So you think sometimes like, I don't need a break. I can do this 24/7, right? But that's not sustainable either, right? So we have to find some type of balance, right? Work-life balance, where we're not burning ourselves out. We're not doing the most all the time to where we can't sustain it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's very important.
Yes.
Hey y'all, Pink Lady here. I'm a podcast producer, director, coach, and host. And I want to tell you all about my production company, Pink Lady Productions. We collaborate with creatives like you who are driven to share your message by launching your podcast from A to Z and coaching you through the process. To learn more about our services, check out our website at pinkladyprod.com. That's PINKLADYPROD.com.
I want to talk to you about a few times in the conversation so far. You've brought up like, you could do something for 20 minutes a day, for an hour a day, right? Like, it doesn't have to be all day. And I think a lot of the times when we think about like getting healthy or working out or things like that, we think it has to be a drastic change, right? Like, we think we got to start drinking water, cut out meat, start eating more fruits, and work out for 4 hours every day. And it's just like, hold on. Maybe try one at a time, or like maybe start with 20 minutes and see where it goes. So I really like that you brought that up. Like, it could be 30 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be all day. It doesn't have to be every day, but it just has to be a starting point, right?
Mhm.
So can you talk more about that?
Absolutely. I think it's so important because especially if you're not used to if you haven't worked out like in over a year and you're just not used to getting up, you have to start off slow and give
Mhm.
yourself grace. And we have 20-minute workouts on the app that we have. So you can do a 20-minute ab workout. It's only 20 minutes. It's not that long. We got a lot of minutes in a day.
Mhm.
And then I like how you also kind of said, like, you don't have to do everything. Like when we think of health and getting, healthy, we think we need to work out, we need to drink more water, we need to cut out this, we need to cut out that. But what I like about how I operate as a wellness coach is I tell people, let's do one thing at a time. Let's get up. Let's get up and show up first. Let's come to the gym or come to the app and let's show up first. And then when you get in the space of showing up, then we can be like, okay, like really 30 days. If you can show up for 30 days and you want to continue on, all right, now let's remove bread, or let's be mindful of what, you know what I'm saying? Or let's drink lemon water or whatever the case may be. But I don't try to say you need to do this, this, and this, because mentally you're not there. If you were there, you would already be doing it. So the number one thing that I ask the clients, hey, when is the last time you worked out consistently? And you tell me some years, I'm like, okay, we need to start off with 20-minute plans. Let's start off with a 20-minute workout. Let's see how you feel. Let's see how you move. Let's see what feeling you get first, and then we can move on. So I think it's so important to take small steps to get to that big goal, right? Or you set small goals in order to reach that larger goal. So I had a client, Miss Vicky. She is the director of Talladega Library, and we've been working out in person as well as online. And in December, she shared with me that her, and I may be saying it wrong, but her AC3 or A3C levels, she's diabetic, has reduced 6 points. And she not on no meal plan. She doesn't purchase a meal plan. She only works out and mindfully move her body. That's all she does. And I told her, this not me. This you came. You paid, you showed up, you followed instruction, you're listening, and you're understanding what it is that you need to do for yourself. And so she was like, I just can't believe I saw the results. I'm like, yeah, we only work out 30 minutes. We work out 30 minutes on the app, and we work out an hour in person. 3 days a week, 2 days online and 1 in person. And so when I say I guarantee results, I guarantee results. I don't pressure her about food. A lot of people cannot deal with pressure. Everybody's not there. So setting those small goals, being intentional about what we're doing in the present moment. Because if you're focusing on the future, you're gonna lose it. You tapping into anxiety for no reason. Let's focus on how we feel right here, right now, and then we can meet that end goal. So I love that. I do that, and thank you for bringing that up, because I've had personal trainers, and they'll say, okay, you need to be in here 3 days a week, an hour and 30 minutes. You need to drink this, have creatine. And you be like, what is creatine? What is that? What are you talking about?
Yes.
So, it's just knowing who your client is. When you know who your client is and you know what they're able to do, you know what their challenges are, you're able to propel them to help them reach their goals. So yeah, a little goes a long way. How about that?
Absolutely. Yes. And it goes back to that personalization piece, because right, like, we're all different. We don't all operate the same way. It's funny. I'm thinking about my journey with I guess we'll say healthy eating. I am on a journey. I'm on this journey. But so right now I don't eat I only eat chicken and fish, or poultry and fish. I don't eat any like red meats. I don't do beef or pork. This took me a minute, because I grew up eating everything. Okay. So I grew up eating everything, and it took me a minute to get to where I am now. It's funny, because I was having a conversation with my partner the other day, and I'm like, eventually, the goal is to be vegan. Like, I plan to be vegan. Like, I plan to eat greens and and vegetables and grains, and that's it. No meat, right? No animals. That's the plan eventually when I get there. But right now, I know that I can't do that. I'm not giving up chicken and cheese yet, right? Like, I'm just not. But it's funny that I'm like looking at my progress, and I'm noticing where I am along the journey. I can see my progress because I'm no longer eating these meats, but also specifically bacon. Even now, I love the smell of bacon. It's just like, oh, it smells so good. It's like one of the worst things for us to eat, right? But even now, it's just like, when I smell it, I'm like, ooh. But that was the thing for me. I had stopped eating beef. It was a lot easier. I had stopped eating other types of pork, right? Like, it was super easy. Bacon took me a long time to stop eating, and I slowed it. I'm like, okay, I'm only having it once a week. Okay, I'm only having it once a month. I did that very slowly. But the point is, I did it. I can now look back and be like, oh yeah, I used to eat bacon. I don't eat it anymore. Right. So we can see the progress. It happens. A little bit goes a long way. Like you said, it was that little bit of, all right, I just I want to eat healthier. I want to eat healthier. How can I do that? Slowly
Mm-hmm.
but surely, I am, I'm still, like I said, in the
Yes,
process, but I can see the progress of it. And that's what helps me. And I think that helps a lot of people, being able to see, like, oh my gosh, I've made this progress. Like your client
mm-hmm.
said, oh my gosh, I had this count go down. Now, I'm not a medical professional, so I don't know what that actually means, right? But she was excited about it. So it's a good thing, clearly, right? So being
Absolutely.
able to see that progress that you made, you're not going to see it tomorrow, right?
That
You
part.
might not see any progress next week, but down the line in a few months, when you're making those consistent changes and being intentional about the way you move in the world, you're absolutely going to see those changes. So
Yep.
that's
Yes.
what
Thank
it
you for.
made me think of. Like, I could see the changes. I can.
Yes, I can relate to baking. It was the same exact process. So listen,
Mm.
I'm with you on that. I'm happy that you were able to like just get through that transition. You know what I mean? It was a transition at the end of the day. So
Yes.
yeah, like I think that's for a lot of us. We just grew up on, these foods and they taste good and that's all we really know. We
Yes.
probably been eating it since we've been in our mama's womb at the end of
Absolutely.
the day. So it is it can be challenging, but then it's also kind of like how much do you love yourself? And how
Mm.
long do I want to be here on earth? Like, and I want to feel healthy in my body as long as possible.
Yep.
That's where I'm at. I don't want to be on medication for the rest of my life. I don't want to be bound to a
Yes.
wheelchair. So I have to take active present things now. I have to do the things now in order to make sure when I'm 70, I feel good in my body. I'm look good
Absolutely.
in my body. I'm healthy. I'm strong. So yeah, definitely small steps. And then I always tell my clients as well, we're gonna take it easy. We're not gonna do too much. We're gonna do a little bit at a time. We're gonna see where you at and we're gonna give ourselves grace. And those affirmations definitely helps them as well. So yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit more about how the affirmations help? I'm an affirmation person too. I've been listening to so much affirmation music. Affirmation music is like the only thing I listen to right now. It's just like I need these things. Like I need to hear them over and over. And then when you add a melody to it, it's like, oh yes, I am vibing. I am, increasing my frequency. Like I am feeling great, right? I can really tell the difference. So please talk a little bit more about like why that is an important part of your process.
Yeah, absolutely. So a man thinketh, so is he. So if
Mm.
you're thinking like you're not worthy and deserving, or if you don't, it's just really teaching, it's really rewiring our thought process.
Yep.
And if anybody listening, if you're a churchgoer, we know what the Holy Scripture says about speaking life, also
Hmm.
speaking death. So, like one of my clients, I'm sick. No, you're not. You're not sick. You have health challenges and we're getting
Mm.
through them together, right? Stop saying you sick. Stop saying that.
Yeah.
I am healthy. I release all diseases from my body. I
Mm.
release the symptoms and the causes of me having these diseases. My heart is healthy and strong. My lungs are operating as it should. My kidneys are functioning the way it needs to be. I feel good in my body. I look good. I release body dysmorphia because
Mm.
you okay, you look good. If you came down 2 dress sizes, what's going on? Why do you still feel some type of way, right? So just making sure we say these affirmations and intentionally, right? And so it's literally speaking life over, the clients, but also, say, hey, reaffirm what I'm saying. So if because I
Mhm.
say you are healthy, and then I'll say you say I am healthy after I say that, right?
Yeah.
And so they doing it. I am healthy. I am strong. I feel good. I can do it. It does nothing but motivate you to finish and complete what it is that you set out to do. And
Yeah.
so when you speak, because sometimes we have people that speak negative over us, right? So
Mhm.
you have to counteract that with your own
Mhm.
affirmations. You have to reaffirm yourself and reassure yourself. And that's just what it is, because some people will just project their fears
Yep.
onto you and then you're accepting it because you're thinking it's true. But if you know who you are and you're
Mhm.
grounded in your energy, then nobody can tell you anything about you that you already don't know about yourself. So I just think that's one thing about me as a personal trainer. I don't think any other personal trainer that I have come across speak affirmations consistently throughout the whole exercise experience, right?
Yeah.
So they may say you can do it, and that's like more encouraging, but saying like you are this, you are that, you can. I think that's very powerful, and it adds value to our services at the end of the day. So I'm grateful for that. I'm just grateful for affirmations. Louise Hay, she's no longer with us, but I read her books. I listen to her affirmations all the time. I study her basically. And yeah, I love her. And that's where I got my love of affirmations from, is studying her and, listening to how she said we can reshape our thought process and our reality at the end of the day, just by thinking and saying things that we want and need, bringing that into this realm and making it happen. So it's important. And I love that I'm able to offer that for the clients, and all my clients, they love it. They like it. If I go one day without saying affirmations, they're gonna be like, Brittany, are you okay?
Right.
You feeling good today? Like, you're not saying nothing. Like, what's up? Like, so yeah.
Yeah.
So it's super important and powerful, and it's impactful, right? To our to who we are. Somebody told me, they said you should do like a workout affirmation album or whatever. I just don't know. I don't know how to get into it yet. It's something that I'll think about, and I have to make sure it's in alignment with who I am as well.
Yeah.
But I love the ideas that people drop out there for me.
Yeah.
So it's an idea, it's brewing. I have to do a little bit more research, but I listen to affirmation music as well. You have Tony Jones, who I started listening to like 3-4 years ago. You have Lizzie Jeff. I love her. She's heavy on affirmations. You have Jim Manel. You have all these Londrell. I love Londrell. Oh my gosh, his self-care package album. And you want to know what? Sometimes when I'm teaching yoga, if my throat, whatever, I'll throw on that album and let's stretch to it. Reach over and let him say the affirmations, but you're still getting your affirmations though. You see what I'm saying? Just in a different way. So yeah, thank you for sharing all that. I love affirmation. I love affirmation music. Then I wanted to say this really quickly. I feel like all music is affirmational. We put it in hip hop, we put it in categories, and but if you're listening to it and if it's not healthy for you, you know what I'm saying? It can get in your, so all music can be affirmational, but the artists that I just listed, they are intentional about putting out positive, reassuring, loving, healthy affirmations for our community. And I'm grateful for that. I really am. I listen to all those people on working out, whatever. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You just brought up a great point that is so true, right? All music can be affirmational, but they ain't all saying the same things, right? That is so true. I don't know if you've been seeing, but going around social media a lot, I've been seeing about all of these songs, these love songs in the 90s that have these beautiful melodies that we be just singing, but they are like, the lyrics are horrible. Like, like they're talking about some crazy stuff in the lyrics, and it's like, dang, I didn't
was
even
feeding my
think
spirit that.
what?
I was feeding my spirit, man, that energy. Because
Yes.
everything is energy at the end of the day.
So true, so true. So it's about, it goes back to being intentional about everything we consume, right? Like, not just talking about what we eat. We're talking about what we consume, period. What you listen to, what you see, what you hear, what you feel, right? All of the energies, protecting your energy, right? Like, oh my gosh, it's so true. We don't think about it. We got to be more intentional. Absolutely. You're so right.
Yes.
Hey y'all, Pink Lady here. I'm the host of Bet on Yourself, Sis, and I am coming to you humbly to ask you to rate the podcast on Spotify and review it on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. You know, the algorithms, they love attention, right? They love ratings and reviews. So the more a podcast has, the more it will be suggested by the apps. So help me and Bet on Yourself, Sis, reach more Black women entrepreneurs by rating and reviewing it today. So again, getting back to the entrepreneurship journey, we do this, Brittany, like we just kind of go off on tangents, but these are important conversations that I think people need to listen to, that, you know, we really need to internalize these things. So
Absolutely.
I'm always grateful for these conversations with you.
Me too. Yes.
But yes, back to being an entrepreneur. What does being an entrepreneur mean to you?
Freedom.
Oh, yes.
Freedom to do as I wish. And make sure it's in alignment once again with my family and, you know, all of the things that I have going on. But it's an opportunity of freedom, and we're getting there. We're getting to the space where we can just make money strictly off of our fitness and yoga services, and that's it, right? And that is all. We don't have to put our energy out in other different areas. So it's just, the main thing for me is just having that freedom to take care of myself the way I need to take care of myself, and take care of my family the way I need to take care of my family. And it is possible. It can be done. And so I'm gonna be the first person in my family to make sure we're super successful at being an entrepreneur, and showing my children and my mom and other members of my family, like, yeah, you can really do this. And be lucrative off of it, because we're worthy and deserving to make millions off of our energy. Like, we are worthy and deserving. It's okay. We can do it. We got it. It's in us, right? So, yeah, that's what being an entrepreneur. That's why I wanted to start doing it, to get into freedom and buying back my time, if that makes any sense, right?
Yes.
Being able to buy back my time.
Absolutely.
Being, you know, if I want to go to the beach, I want to go to the beach. Like, you know, like, so yeah, I love that. That's what it means to me.
Yeah. So that freedom comes up in like almost everybody's answer when I ask this question. So I love that, because that's what it means to me too. Like the freedom to choose, right? I get to choose who I work with, number one, which is okay. That is like the gem, right? Getting to choose who you work with, getting to choose when I work, getting to choose what I do, right? Like that is freedom. And I never knew that I could have that. Like, so it's amazing to me that you know, this exists, right? I can get paid for doing what I love. What? That's so cool.
For
I get
just
to
being
choose
me.
for my energy. You said it, right? Like I'm paying, or I'm getting paid for my energy, right? Like that. What?
Right.
It's so amazing to me. And then it's also, I get to choose how I serve, right? Because most of us start these businesses because we want to be of service, right? But I get to choose how I serve. That, man, is like you just said, like if I want to go to the beach, I could just go to the, you know, I could take it. I could say, you know what, I want to go and work at the beach today, and that's just okay, right? Like the freedom to do that, to live my life the way I want to live my life is.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
Right.
The second, because like I'm gonna be 40 this year. So it's like the second half of my life. I work from 12 all the way up until I've been doing a lot. I've been working, right? And so that's important, having that work ethic, but now taking that energy and putting into my business, and having and placing that work, everything I learned throughout my entire years of working, customer service, integrity, value, building trust, all of those things. Now I'm able to take what I learned from my corporate jobs and put it into, you know what I'm saying, my business. And I think that's really dope. And I have done it, and it's really cool, and I love it. I absolutely 100% love it. Wouldn't change it for nothing in the world.
Absolutely. First of all, 40 wear, because you look great. Just got to add that, because what? 40 wear.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome.
At first I used to think like looking young was such like a bad thing, because sometimes, especially being an entrepreneur, looking very youthful, you will have other people that may be older than you not take you serious, or probably play games with you, or whatever, you know, however we want to put it. That's just that's what happens. And you know, I'm just going to say from my experience that's happened to me.
Yeah.
And so being able to be firm as an entrepreneur and standing 10 toes down and saying, hey, I am a businesswoman, not girl. I'm a businesswoman. So let's conduct ourselves as business people amongst each other.
Yes.
So yeah, sometimes it can be, they look at you and they'll just like, oh, she a little girl. I get that a lot. I'm like, I have to let them know I'll be 40 in August, and I have a 21-year-old son. So yeah, we not playing no games over here.
Absolutely.
Yes, but thank
Absolutely.
you for the compliment. I'm grateful. Thank you for telling. I
You're
appreciate that.
you're so welcome. I think you bring up another great point is about like building boundaries, and that's another thing about the freedom of entrepreneurship, right? Like I am free to create these boundaries and enforce these boundaries. To whereas if I was working for somebody else, they'd be like, "No, that's part of your job. You got to do that." No. Right, like I get to build the boundaries, I get to figure out what they are, right, I get to choose how I serve. It's all on me. And that, and you know,
Absolutely.
it's it's like the good with the bad, right? Because yes, it's all of those choices are all on me, right? But so is everything else. Right, like all the decisions are all on you as an entrepreneur. Nobody's
Yes.
coming to save you, you are the person, right? So yeah, it's a
Nobody's coming
balance.
to, no, there's nobody that's gonna come check up on your work. There's nobody that's
Girl.
gonna come behind you and say, hey, you did a good job or whatever, right? You just have to, you kind of sort of just have to know. So yeah, and it's, I believe
Absolutely.
being an entrepreneur, it takes a lot of strength.
Mhm.
It takes a lot of strength. This is not for the weak. It's not for the indecisive.
Mm.
Is not for people who don't know what it is that they want to, so if you kind of like probably, so I had to really realize that like you have to be strong in this business
Yeah.
and be firm and fair and
Yes.
fair and fair, be
Hmm.
firm yet fair. I love that. I learned that in
Yes.
corporate. I learned that in corporate and I apply it to my business, right? I'm firm, yet I'm fair. I'm understanding, but yet we set these healthy boundaries to protect both of us, the client, the class, whoever, right? We're
Absolutely.
setting these boundaries to protect us. And I think that's important. And I think sometimes we just live in a country where we kind of just don't set boundaries,
Mm.
unfortunately, and people just do whatever it is that they want to do. So I have students from all over the world, and I love that I do because they help me too. Like teach me
Mm.
how to set, like, Brittany, you don't got to do all that. They be telling me like you shouldn't,
Yes.
So I love that.
Nice.
I love that. But yeah, being an entrepreneur, it's amazing. It's fun. It can be challenging at times, but we wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world.
Nope. It's so true. You spoke about integrity in the beginning of this conversation, and that has been echoing throughout the conversation, I think. I love how you said firm but fair. I really like that because it's so true. The word that I always like grapple with is being reasonable. Like I just feel like, if you're reasonable, then why not, right? Like just don't ask me for nothing that is unreasonable. Like if it's reasonably within what I can do for you, absolutely. I will go to the moon and back for my clients, right? But don't ask me to do nothing that is bro, that has nothing to do with what I do at all. I think that's
Right.
a little unreasonable. But I like what you
Unreasonable.
said, firm but fair, right? Because like I'm firm in my boundaries, but I think there's a little room to flex sometimes here and there, right? Like I'll get a client ask me for something that may seem a little random, but it does go with the full package, and it doesn't take much from me, right? Like I don't have to go out and spend a lot of money. I don't have to go out and drive anywhere. Like, as long as it's a reasonable request, sure, I will absolutely, flex my boundaries a little bit. But these people out here, you
I
know,
know.
sometimes.
I know. And I will say this one thing about what I did learn over the years is my clients are not my friends. We're
Mm,
friendly. I am friendly, but we're
yes.
not friends. We don't need to talk on the phone. I am not a therapist. Okay. And I have a therapist. Her name is Colleen. Shout out to Colleen. She's in
Hey,
Talladega. She's
Colleen.
starting her new practice in Talladega coming up in May. And so I will be out there doing some yoga with her and her clients once a month. But she's a therapist. And one thing she did, we had a conversation after yoga class, and she said, I send a lot of my clients to you on Insight Timer because I can't do yoga with them. I can't talk to them. I can't be friends with them on Facebook. I can't be friends with them on Instagram. We can't have, we have to set. And I love that she had said that to me, right? Because it reminded me, okay, Brittany, you're friendly, but everybody don't need to have access to you. Everybody don't need to have your phone number and be able to just pick up the phone and call you. And I had to set a boundary with one of my students, and she was just texting me. And I'm like, at first I was just like, how do I say this? What do I do? How do I, And so I just kind of had to let her know, like, hey, you can follow me on social media. And if you have any questions, you can email me. But like wanting to just text me about your day, or I'm just not a therapist. That's out of my scope. I don't know how to only thing I can say, I'm just here to help you move your body mindfully, right? That's my job. That is who Brittany is. I can't do anything outside of that. Now, does yoga and fitness help with the mental health? Absolutely. In what ways it can help? A lot of different ways, but I'm not able to sit here. So, and I say, well, here go a therapist, Colleen, or here go Fancy, or women, Black women that I know that are in the therapy field. I will, say, hey, go over here, like suggest these people to them because I'm not in that space. And I remember I kind of felt bad because I'm like, and then she had stopped coming to yoga class for a little bit, but then she reached back out. So I'm like, okay, like, it's okay, Brittany. And like you said, when you love what you do, you don't want to be in a space of disappointing people.
Yeah.
But setting that healthy boundary was everything to me. I'm friendly, but we are not friends, right? So that's challenging. And then I had to learn that as a student, right? My teacher isn't my friend.
Very true.
We was in high school. You wasn't friends with your teacher. You went over to your teacher's house and had barbecue with them. You went to the movies with your teacher. You went to go hang out with any of your college professors. When class was over with, you had a question, they answer your question, whatever. You need to talk to them, you send them an email. And then they respond back to you via email. They ain't sitting on the phone having no conversation with their students, right? So I think that's a big thing about entrepreneurship. I'm friendly, but I'm not your friend. I'm not able to do certain things with you. Like some women wanted to like, let's go to dinner. And I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't, right? I don't want to fall out with you. I don't want to have a disagreement, or I just don't want, I want us to stay in a space of yoga teacher and me teaching you yoga or sharing yoga with you, however we want to put it, or fitness. And we leave it like that. So every last one of my clients that I have and yoga students, we're going, especially if you're a private client, we'll text, that's cool. But we're going to text about fitness, your wellness journey. And that's it, right? We're not going to text anything outside of that.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I have a similar story. I had a client. This was like my first year in business. And it's funny because these things happen because we have to learn these things, right? And we're better for it. We're better off for it once we learn these things. We can create the boundaries or whatever. But like learning it, right? Being in the thick of it is not easy. I had a client. So there was a issue, and there was a first time I accepted a late payment. I accepted a late payment without a late fee. That's on me. Absolutely, that is on me. Why would I ever do that, right? So she asked again, she's like, the payment is going to be late, da 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 da. So then I told her, like, okay, there's nothing that I can do if you're telling me the payment's going to be late. If you don't have the money, you can't pay me. There's nothing I can do about it, right? But I can add on a late fee because you agreed to pay you agreed to pay on these days. We had a contract. All the dates of payment dates were on there, right? Like you agreed, right? So now I'm adding a late fee. Woo! This client dropped me.
It happens.
And it happens, and now I can laugh about it because it is what it is. But then I felt so like, how dare she? How dare she be late on the payment and then drop me as like, what? That was so crazy to me. But that's how people move, right? Like, and it has nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. It's all about her.
And I was just going to say, it's tough especially when it comes to money. It can be tough having those conversations because the economy that we're living in and all of the things that's going on, and so I'm not bending no more when it comes to that. When it comes to payments and prices, and I charge what I charge. I am who I am. I have value. I know what I do. I know the results that I get. It's a fact. I'm stating facts.
Mhm.
I do nothing but state facts. So at the end of the day, at the top of the morning, you either with it or you're not. So I had a client tell me, she's like, you just charge too much. I said, I understand. I said, we have online programs for you. If you're not, if the in-person experience is too expensive for you, you definitely can tag on to these online programs starting at $65 and up, and you have them for the rest of your life. So you don't have to keep paying. So that's why I love being able to just think outside the box as an entrepreneur. And
Yeah.
sometimes when we have these instances, like you said, you're able to create those boundaries and make sure we move. Or what did my yoga teacher, she said gosh, I forgot. It's a saying that she used to say all the time, but it's basically saying like when you're the I don't want to say difficult, but clients that you may be having challenges with, they set your policies. They help
Yes.
you
Oh my
rewrite
God. Yes.
your policies, right? That's what I
Yep.
learned from my yoga teacher and yoga teacher training. She said that like
So true.
this is what happens. And then what happens too, you're able, those people that aren't in alignment with you, when you let them go, you start getting people who pay
Yes.
you what you're worth, no problem,
Yep.
pay you 2-3 months ahead of time,
Yep.
give you donations whenever they feel like it. Whatever you got going on, they want to be a part of it, right? Or support you financially. And so when you let go of
Yep.
the things and the people that aren't in alignment with you at that moment, you're able to open yourself to what the universe really has for you and what you actually want. So that's a thing. It
Absolutely.
really is a thing. And yeah, thank you for sharing that, because I remember sometimes your difficult or challenging clients, they can rewrite your policies for you
Mhm. Mhm.
and help you set those stronger boundaries that you have, because you're worthy and deserving at the end of the day.
Absolutely. I love
Yes.
that. I love exactly all of that because it's so true, right? Like, because if I hadn't gone through that experience, then, it's going to happen sooner or later, right? So I'm glad that it happened sooner. Again, this was my first year in business. I learned that the first year in business. So now I'm not going to have that problem again, you know?
Yes.
And
Yes.
exactly what you said happened. I let go, she dropped me, and I got right after her, I got my biggest client. You feel me? So it's like it was meant to happen. And yes, it's okay to you feel what you feel. I'm not gonna judge myself for feeling whatever I feel, but feel that for a moment and then let's move on.
Absolutely. And your
Yeah,
feelings are validated. And we're
absolutely.
grateful for our clients that we had to go through this with.
Exactly.
We're grateful for it because it made us
Yep.
better.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
You have that difficult conversation that one time, right? Now you know how to have the conversation, you know how to set your policies, you know what to do so that you don't have to go through that again.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you have given us a lot of great advice over this conversation, but you're so welcome. Thank you. But do you have any specific advice for Black women entrepreneurs?
I will say stay down
Mm,
to come up. Also, chew the meat, spit out the bones,
mm,
right?
mm-hmm.
So take what's for you and
Mm-hmm.
discard what is not. And yeah, that's it. That's all. Learn. Everything's a lesson. Don't feel bad. Like you said, feel how you feel and then let it be what it is, right? And don't dwell in, I guess I don't want to, don't dwell in the negative things or the experiences that are not so successful. Like just learn from it and move on. And once you do that, doors will continue to open for you.
Yeah.
Things will continue to happen for you. The universe, God, whoever our deity is, will work in our favor. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's the advice I have. But most importantly, chew the meat, spit out the bones. My daddy
I
taught me
like
that a long
that.
time ago. He taught me that a long time ago. So, I think I apply that to everything in life too. Spirituality, even with yoga, like Some people are big on meditation. I'm not necessarily, right? Or, so it's okay for me not to be big on that, but I'm big over here in
Yes.
restorative yoga, right? And then also too, I guess the last piece of advice is you don't have to do nothing like nobody else.
Mm.
Be authentic, be
Yes.
genuine. We try so hard to. Now, I'm gonna say for me, I'm gonna speak for Brittany. I used to feel like I have to be polished and
Mm.
look a certain way and
Mm-hmm.
talk a certain way, but I don't. Right? This is who I am, and this is why I've been in business and I've been successful with my private clients because they like that I'm authentic and genuine. They like that I,
Yes.
in a sense, I guess, keep it real with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But very professionally, of course, right? Never being disrespectful or anything like that. So that's my advice. That's all I have.
Yes. I love all of that advice. Chew the meat and spit out the bones. Yep, that's a gem. Shout out to your dad for that because I really like analogies and metaphors. They help me understand better, and that is it's golden because it's absolutely like just take what you need. Everything in this situation is not for you. It's not. Period, right? So take those things that you need and let the rest go. I
Absolutely.
love that. Mm.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And it
I
works.
really
It works. It works. It literally
yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so good, so good. And then don't stop trying to be like other people. Stop looking over there and seeing what they doing. Be like, oh, I'ma try that. Like, no, you are yourself. You were created the way you are for a reason. Be that whole full self so that you can call in those people that are for you. You can get those clients that want your services that'll be down for you, right? Even
Yes.
with like friendships and relationships, that is all about being your true full self. Right? All of you that you can be in the moment, right? Like
Yes.
all of that. I love
Absolutely.
that. I think that's great advice as well.